All right, are we live? All right. When's the last time I streamed? I'm sure someone will tell me if the audio or picture is off. All right, so 3 weeks ago was AMA 28. All right, welcome guys to the 29th Ask Me Anything live stream. As you can tell by the title of the stream, life has been super crazy these past 3 weeks, and I missed the stream about a week ago, and I wanted to make it up, but then my son was born, so I missed the original stream, missed the makeup stream, and now here we are. So for anyone that missed the live broadcast of the stream, I try to stream twice a month on alternating Saturdays. So if you missed the live version of the stream and you want to catch the next one, I'm planning it to be next Saturday, August 6th at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. So for anyone that wants to catch the next one. And if you're just watching the replay of this, thanks for stopping by. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and leave me a comment in the comment section below if you do enjoy these streams or not. So today I'm going to give some time, hopefully get some people to come on in, and we can sort of talk about what's been going on these past 3 weeks, which has been incredibly crazy. Let me get some, where's the music at? One sec. Sorry, the music was paused. I think everything's good. Okay, so first of all, having a son, that was super amazing. His due date was actually yesterday, on Friday the 22nd, but he came about 5 days early. So we had like a week for me and my wife to kind of prepare and get things done. But when a baby comes early, it's kind of you just have to roll with it, right? So unfortunately, everything's been chaos lately. Life has been a tornado, as we weren't able to prepare his room or like his clothes or get any of his stuff, or even just getting like the house ready or getting like our housework done that we wanted to do. So that kind of messed up our plans for this whole week, as I did book vacation off from work. But it was an awesome experience, mostly because everything went super smoothly, and the baby was born with no health complications. He's super healthy. He's at home right now. Everything is great, and you know what? We couldn't be happier. Everything was everything went as planned. Hey, Forrest. Good to see you. How you doing? Congrats. Thanks. It's team no sleep again. I'm pretty tired today. I think I woke up at okay, what time did I wake up? I woke up at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5:30, 6, and like 7:30. Like it was just constant interruptions to my sleep, and not because of the newborn. Tina was taking care of the newborn, but my daughter Tiffany was having a rough night last night, so pretty sleep deprived right now, but we got some caffeine and we'll push through. But thanks Forrest, thanks for the congrats. It's I don't know, it's kids are, in my opinion, one of the best things in the world. It just, the sheer amount of happiness and joy that it gives me, as a parent, as a father, is something that's irreplaceable. You can't find it in any material possession or any career advancement or any friends. Like, family is family, right? So yeah, it's I don't know what to say. It's just super nice. Oh, you had surgery. Had surgery on Monday, and I still feel kaput. Kaput. I'll be listening mostly. Yeah, no worries. Thanks, Forrest. Thanks for coming by. I always love chatting with you. Surgery? What'd you have surgery on? Hopefully it wasn't anything major. And if it was, speedy recovery. But yeah, the hospital experience this time compared to the first time was completely different. Like the first time when when my wife had Tiffany at the hospital, it was like super long. We were there for hours and hours and hours, and it was like this like exhausting process that it was just like draining. But this time we sort of knew what to expect because we've kind of been through all this 2.5 years ago. So we were better prepared, even though we weren't really prepared because the baby came early. But we were experienced, right? So we knew what to do. We knew what to expect. And everything was like 10 times faster. Like the contractions didn't go as long. The baby came out super fast. There was no jaundice or liver problems or kidney problems. Or, like there was nothing. Like everything was just super smooth. And the only thing that sucked was maybe like, I don't know, paying for parking. That was the only pain in the ass. But aside from that, it was just like great. It just, I don't know, it surprised me in so many ways that I like the emotions you feel, right? Because now I'm done. Like we're done, right? Like we have our family of 4, and we're super lucky. We got 1 girl and 1 boy. It's like you couldn't ask really for anything better than that. Even though I had a feeling I was just gonna be like a girl dad, because all my friends have daughters, and I figured, oh, I'll just have another daughter too. But I don't know, it was a pleasant surprise having a boy. And yeah, that's it. Like family's done, family's complete. Now is just the hard part of being a good parent, being a responsible adult, being a compassionate, caring, and loving father and supportive husband. This is this is what's on my plate now, right? This is what's extremely important to me, and it's something that I have to work on and get better at, because this is like a challenge in life that school doesn't prepare you for. Your parents can give you advice and can tell you what it was like, raising kids, but you kind of have to figure it out on your own. You have to experience it in real time. You have to go through that life experience. And so I've been doing a lot of thinking recently where, I need to go back to this idea of balance, right? Balance is probably like the most important word in my life right now. Finding balance between family, work, videography, and all my other passions in life, streaming, YouTube videos, the podcast, right? Like there's so many things, there's so many different baskets of things that I want to do that I'm just juggling all at the same time. And it can be very easy to get caught up in that, right? And lose perspective of what is the most important thing in your life. However, on the flip side, pursuing my passion as a content creator will hopefully open up my time in a way that I can spend less time at work and more time with my family. So it's still very important as well that I still continue with doing the things that I love to do. So it's just going to be an interesting journey now. It's a lot to consider. Oh man. Had to remove a bone that shouldn't be growing between the 2 holes of the nose on the septum, so my airflow was close to nothing, and cleaned my sinuses and so on. Oh, is that Is that what you call a deviated septum? Because I know a lot of people have had surgery like that where you can't breathe through both nostrils, right? And this is actually funny that you're saying this, because I've looked into nasal surgery for myself, because I don't know if it's like how my nose is structured or my allergies. I can only breathe through one nostril. Like if I inhale, like there's only air coming through this one. Like this one's like always clogged, and like I always have like an issue with breathing through your nose, and breathing through your nose is super important. Like I can't remember who it was or what I was reading. Maybe it was a guest on the Joe Rogan podcast, but anyways, there was someone that was talking about the importance of breathing through your nose and how you don't want to be a mouth breather. And so I've been thinking, like, man, this one nostril breathing thing, it's a problem, right? Because it can't be good. Like when you inhale, it should be like both nostrils open, sucking in oxygen, filling your lungs, and then exhaling. Like that should be a proper breath, not this like congested, stuffy, nasally inhale breath that I have. Yes, plus that bone that no one in the world has. Oh, that's wild. Dang. Was it a big bone? Like, was it painful? Could you feel it? Dang, that's crazy. You had like an extra bone in your nose. Oh, I wonder if that did that contribute to like your insomnia? Because like if it's limiting your breathing, right, and affecting the way you breathe, especially like your sinuses and airflow, right? Like wouldn't that affect your ability to have a good night's sleep? Weakens your heart plus changes your face structure. Oh, wow. Crazy. That's wild. Well, good thing you got it done, though. Because hopefully it sounds like this is going to be like a surgery that is going to be very beneficial, right, for you moving forward. Like it sounds kind of scary, though. Man, you have like a bone that has to be removed? Yikes, that's like sounds insane. But like it probably feels so much better right now, or maybe not because you just had surgery, so maybe if you're still like swollen and recovering. Dang, hopefully hopefully you heal well, Forrest. And maybe I'll have the courage one day to fix my nose problem. After my 4th time that I broke my... Oh my gosh, you broke your nose 4 times? I could feel it grow. That was since 11-ish years ago. Oh, wow. So this thing has been like an issue for you for a while. Oh man, you can feel it grow? Oh, yikes. I could just imagine there's probably like tons of pressure. Like, and your nose is like a sensitive part of your body, or at least for me, my nose is pretty sensitive. Like imagine if I had like an extra bone like growing in there, that'd feel super uncomfortable. Like that must affect your sleep. It must. Because that can't be comfortable, especially if you could feel it grow. Oh my gosh. Hopefully you have some good breaths and long sleep-filled nights now, Forrest. And less insomnia. Oh, who am I to talk? I got like terrible sleep last night. I should take my own advice. Oh. I think that's the one really tough part. Oh, this is music super loud. Hold on a sec. Bum bum bum. All my settings for this stream are all out of whack. Because I haven't streamed in a while. And then I'm still building out the studio in the office. Okay, I think that's better. So yeah, probably lots of sleepless nights to come. That's one of the craziest things. Like when you have kids, especially like a newborn, in the beginning, it's like, man, it just destroys your ability to keep up a regiment or a sleeping pattern or a schedule or a routine, that fits your life. Everything just gets destroyed. It's like impossible to stay consistent. Oh, what song is this? Hold on. I don't like listening to songs that have lyrics during the stream. It messes me up. Yes, it is. My left side was raw my entire life. And still also yesterday, I felt like I gave birth. To that nose splint on the left. Oh my gosh. Right side was pretty bad too. Oh, that's insane. Jeez. Like, did they have to open up your nose? Like, how do they even remove that? Do they remove like that piece of bone through your nostril, or do you have to like cut the bridge of your nose wide open and get it out? Man, that sounds like a wild surgery. Because I've seen like because like I've Googled and searched nasal surgery like a ton in the past because of this allergy issue I had. And I remember once I went down this rabbit hole where I was like searching all of these people's like before and after like experiences with nasal surgery, like especially deviated septums and expanding the nasal passages and removing like not inflammation, like built like cartilage buildup. Like there's all different types of nasal surgeries, right? And I went on this rabbit hole of just watching people's experiences, and so many times the post-surgery recovery was so crazy. There was like these giant, I don't know what you would call them. They're not cotton swabs. They're like cotton tubes, and they'd be like jammed all the way up in their nose. And then after post-surgery, they'd have to like pull it out, and there'd be like this huge, like bloody glob of mess that was just all stuffed up in there. And I was like, man, that post-surgery looks crazy. Stefan Emmeriches? Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. What's going on? They cut the roof of my mouth too. Oh my gosh, they cut the roof of your mouth? We're talking about nasal surgery right now. I'm super interested in Forrest's experience because I've been really doing some research and searching about deviated septums and surgeries for people that have like nasal congestion and allergies. Why would they have to cut the roof of your mouth? Oh. This is like, it's getting more painful. Painful. Mine were hard silicone and they were killing me. Oh, jeez. Hard silicone? Why does it have to be hard silicone? Because that's so uncomfortable. Like, I'm pretty sure there's definitely a reason where you want it needs to heal properly in place, right? So I'm assuming like the hard silicone maintains the structural integrity of your nose so it doesn't like heal all messed up. So I'm sure there's definitely a reason for it. But man, like, why? That sounds so crazy. Sorry, back to the baby talk. No, it's all good for us. I'm super intrigued about your surgery because, like I said, like I've been searching this for years, like literally Googling nasal surgeries, increasing airflow, deviated septums, surgeries for people with like extreme sinus allergies. Like these are all things that uh, I'm really interested in because it's like something I want to fix. It's annoying too because in my videos, right, like especially during the stream, like the microphone, it's like it's this far away from my face. Like it's maybe like a fist and a half from my face. And so because of this nasal issue that I have, and a lot of the time when I'm recording videos, I'm always like talking really fast or I'm just like ranting about things or going off on tangents. And I just did it right now. There's times where I don't breathe through my nose and I breathe through my mouth. So then in the microphone, in the audio, you hear this giant, like this, me just taking this deep breath. And it's such a pain for me because in Adobe, when I edit my videos and have to, add music or whatever I'm doing, I have to always go through the audio. And there's like these giant spikes in audio of me taking like these deep breaths because like I have this issue with properly breathing through my nose, right? And so it's really annoying and it affects my content creation process. Oh, Mountain Pepsi, yo, Stefan, what's up, man? What happened to so Mountain Pepsi is the YouTube handle. Nice to actually know your name, Stefan. What's up, bro? I'm good. How about you? I am super exhausted. You can probably tell by the dark circles under my eyes. Like I have like those dark bags under my eyes. I'm just like super tired. And then this morning, I had so many excuses for why I should just skip the stream. Like we had a new baby. 5 days ago? No, 6 days ago. I had a new baby 6 days ago. Still have to take care of our daughter. There's so many things around the house that we need to fix. And then last night didn't get like no sleep. So there's like all these excuses I had in my mind for why I shouldn't do the stream. And I was like kind of this close to just like kind of blowing it off. But then one of the things I really love about this whole self-improvement stuff that I'm obsessed with, all these little tidbits of information and ideas and constructs that I refer to help motivate me, they kind of linger in my mind. And I'm always like, oh, you're just making excuses. You can push through. You can push through. You can do the stream. It's not that bad, right? And then it's like my mind is always trying to force me to take the path of least resistance. But then today I was like, no. We're doing this stream today. We're getting things done today. And I'm not gonna take the easy way out and just use all these excuses, to not do something difficult. And also it was like I haven't streamed in 3 weeks. So when like you lose that routine of doing something, it's very difficult to get back in the groove. Kind of like working out. Like when you have like a good workout regimen, say you're going 3, 4, 5 days a week and you keep going every week on a consistent basis, it becomes super easy to keep up with that routine. But then as soon as you miss a week, it's almost like 10 times as hard to get back to the gym the following week. And it's the same with streaming. It's the same with content creation or YouTube or any of this stuff. So today was like a great test for me mentally, to push through the resistance of not wanting to do something and push through the ability, not the ability, to push through the barriers that my mind sets up for me and the excuses, right? There's like a million excuses my mind was telling me this morning. And so today was like a great learning lesson for myself to kind of practice what I preach, right? Like if I don't practice the stuff that I talk about on my channel, then I'm just a fraud, right? I'm a fraud. If you don't practice the actual self-improvement ideas that I talk about on this channel, then what am I doing, right? So I saw that as like a good test for myself, a good challenge. And it's going to continue throughout the day. It won't just be about the stream. So yeah, super tired, exhausted, but still motivated. I forgot. They left me under the air conditioning forever. So I got sick right away. Oh my gosh. So I kept sneezing. This just keeps getting worse and worse. What is going on? They left you under the air conditioning? Oh man. And if those sneezes didn't turn me into a dragon, I don't know whatever. Oh my gosh. That's wild. What a story. Oh my gosh. Like, that's gotta be like the worst thing for you. Sneezing after like nasal surgery? Like, oh, that's awesome, Forrest. That's funny. Oh, back to baby talk. How I wish I could smell baby scent right now. Yeah, that's that baby smell. It's like it's such a weird thing because you're just like smelling like a human being's like hairline or cheeks or whatever, but they have this like very distinctive fresh baby smell, and it's just like, and it's not like, you know when you take a shower or you, I don't know, you shower your kids or you shampoo your hair or you shampoo and conditioner or whatever, like, you know when you take a shower, then you clean your hair, then when you get out there's like that fresh smell, but like babies just like permanently have that, and it's awesome. I love it. And he's sleeping. I think he's sleeping right now. What time is it? 12:30. Yeah, he's on that 3-hour, that 3-hour schedule. Well, you know what they say, do the hard work when you don't feel like it. Oh, that sounds like Hamza. I'm glad I finally managed to join your streams. Yeah, bro. Great to hear from you. Because I remember you, correct me if I'm wrong, I remember you said you left YouTube for a bit, or you kind of stopped watching the self-improvement stuff. And I remember one day you randomly commented on one of my videos again. And I was like, oh, hey, Mountain Pepsi. And it was, it was like that memory, right? That sparked. I was like, oh yeah, how you doing, right? But yeah, dude, glad you could make it to the stream. Usually it's a bit more lively, but my lack of consistency this past month has thrown everything off. But usually the streams are super cool. It gives me a way to communicate with you guys, right? And give you a chance to kind of see me for who I really am. And on YouTube, all this like stuff that I do, all this like content and videos, it's all super easy, right? I just record a video and you can edit it later and take out all the mistakes and edit out all my nasally breaths and ums and uhs and likes and stutters, and you can just take all that stuff out. But doing the live stream, where if I mess up, I mess up. I can't take it back. There's no editing software. There's no way for me to remove the parts where I say something stupid or I look dumb or I'm incorrect. And I found that the live stream, it's definitely the most difficult out of all the types of content that I make. And it gives me the most anxiety. Like when I make a video, like my camera's over here. So here's my camera, right, for my YouTube videos. It just sits on a tripod, right? So it just sits here, and I just turn it on, record, and go. And it's super easy, right? There's no one watching me, right? There's no one making fun of me if I mess up. There's no one criticizing me. It's just me in my office by myself, and I can do as many takes as I want. I can do 50 takes of the same sentence over and over and over and over until I get it right. And then export it, edit it, and it's a polished sentence of an idea that I'm trying to portray or say. And I realize, like, that comfort, it's a little bit too easy, if you know what I mean. It's not challenging enough. And it wasn't until I started practicing with this live stream and also doing the podcast where there was this tremendous amount of fear that I had when I was doing these other two forms of communication. Because it's interesting, because I'm doing the same thing, right? I'm talking into a microphone and looking at a camera. And the live stream and a YouTube video, I'm using the exact same equipment in the exact same way. But one of them makes me unbelievably uncomfortable and nervous and sweaty and anxious. While the other, it's a breeze. It's easy. No problem, right? And so, to be perfectly honest, when I started the live streams, I didn't really want to do it because it was way too difficult, but I figured it just keep going with it. And so we've actually made it, what is this, 29? Yeah, so this is stream number 29. And now it's one of the most fun things I do, in my opinion. I love streaming and just chatting with you guys. It's super cool because I get to learn, about Blurta, about Forrest, and what she's going through, and where she's coming from, and it's amazing because I would never be able to make that connection with her through the comment section of a YouTube video. This is just no way, right? There's no way that we could talk about this type of stuff. And so, this whole streaming thing, it means a lot to me. And, a lot of my friends, they're like, oh, how do you stream? Sometimes there's like no one watching. I'm like, yeah, that's true. Sometimes there is no one in the stream. Even right now, there's three of us, right? But, that's not why I do it. And so it's glad. See, there, I messed up again, right? With my, my sentence structure. Cut that out. But yeah, I'm glad that you guys show up, and it makes the whole experience enjoyable for me. I stopped watching all self-improvement channels back in 2021, and I kind of fell into a 1-year rut. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that. See, there's also some value in taking a break from things, because then it also gives you perspective, right? And so you learn what's truly valuable in your life. And, especially if like that year you took off, maybe you were super productive. I don't know, maybe it was a positive year in your life. But I know for myself, whenever I fall away from the self-improvement habits, it always ends up leading to more procrastination-like tendencies. So I feel like taking a break is fine, but jumping back on the self-improvement train is always going. Hearts and rats. Oh, Forrest. The rats. Oh, the rats. The rats. Why always the rats? Oh, man. Make me laugh. Yo, Red. What's up, bro? Good to see you. How you doing? How's the super hot California weather? Dude, it's it was like 33 degrees here this week in Canada. Man, super hot for Canada. Or 33 Celsius. Okay, hold on. What's Fahrenheit? Celsius. Wait, I'm gonna use this keyboard. Celsius to Fahrenheit. So 33 Celsius is 91 Fahrenheit. That doesn't seem that hot. 91? Does California get over 100 Fahrenheit? Yo, 39? Forrest is 39 degrees Celsius? Holy! Yo, that's crazy. 39. Oh my gosh. That's insane. I'm good, man. Just keeping my head down and staying focused. All right. Right on, bro. Right on. Keep grinding. Keep grinding. Especially now. Especially now with like, I'm sure you guys have seen the economy, cost of living, inflation, interest rates. Holy shit. Like, I can't remember a time ever where the price of just everything has spiked like out of control. Like, it's wild. It's so wild. Again, I'm not entirely well informed when it comes to like global economics. You know, I mean, I'm in my North American bubble, so basically I just know what's going on here. But still, like, if we're going through massive inflation, it has to be, you know, it has to be affecting all the other countries in the world. So we had a new record of 40. Oh, yo, what the heck? Where do you guys all live in like the desert or something, bro? 40? Today it luckily dropped to about 24. Oh, that's not bad. Stefan, where do you live? So we can gauge all the temperatures. Oh yeah, I'm super interested in. I love geography. That's why I'm always obsessed with like where you guys live or what country you guys are from. I always love, especially like world geography. I love world geography. I find it so interesting. Which is weird because I don't have a love for traveling, oddly enough. Like most people that love geography and you know want to see the world and know about all these different countries and places, usually most people want to go and visit them. But I'm more of like a homebody, I guess you would say. I enjoy just kind of staying home. Like, sure, I'll go on vacation every once in a while, but it's not like most people that they can't wait to leave the country. They can't wait to go to France or Kosovo or California or Italy or wherever, right? So, I'm from Munich. Wait, I feel like I knew that. Did you tell me that before? Munich, Germany. I feel like maybe you've told me that before in like a comment section. I can't remember. Too many comments to keep track of. Munich. I've been to Munich. Munich's super interesting. When I went to Italy and Austria, we flew from Toronto into Munich. And then from Munich, we had to drive. Drive was super long to go across the border and get into Austria, where my dad's family lives. But yeah, Munich's a super interesting place. You know what's cool? I've had a lot of people from Germany on my podcast, oddly enough. Yeah, so I've actually had a lot of conversations with people from Germany, which is kind of cool. The butterfly. Oh yeah, you know what else I wanted to tell you guys. So if you look on my channel, I took like a week off where I wasn't posting anything. And I don't know if you guys enjoy the YouTube shorts, like all the short form content that I've been posting. And I kind of went away from the whole cinematic stuff. Yo, Brian, primetime. What's going on, Brian? Let's go Buffer Festival. But yeah, so you guys can see like I had like this transformation with my videos where I kind of went away from the more filmmaking style, and it's just more been like a talking head where I'm focusing in more on just the information, right? And kind of getting away from this fancy cinematic stuff, which is tough because I love filmmaking, right? I love videography, I love cameras, and I love lenses, and I love storytelling, and all these different things. But at the same time, I reached this point where, writing down these scripts all the time and reading from a script to a camera, it felt so disingenuous, and it felt like it wasn't me. And so I sort of wanted to get away from that stuff, and I took like a pretty significant break. The last time I made anything like, where I put a lot of effort into it like that was probably 3-4 months ago. Yeah, it's been like 4 months since I've made any of those like cinematic type videos that I used to make. But me and Brian, who just joined the chat, there is a Toronto Film Festival coming up at the end of August, and so I wanted to kind of get those creative videography, filmmaking juices flowing again, and I wanted to submit a short film to the festival, as they're having a competition where 3 contestants can win or get selected or whatever and be entered into the festival and have their short film played on a big screen, in like a movie theater, which is like on my, would you call it bucket list? It's definitely on my bucket list of things that I want to accomplish in my life as a filmmaker, to just either make a documentary or make a short film or some type of cinematic video and just have it played in a theater for an audience. Even if it doesn't make any money, right? It's not about any type of monetary gain. It's just this goal that I have as a creative. I would absolutely love to have one of my pieces shown to a theater. And during this whole time off, I spent a lot of time when I could on the side writing a script for a cinematic video, which felt very strange because I used to do it every morning. Like my old routine was every morning I'd wake up, have my coffee, and I would just write for like half an hour to an hour. And so I was working on this super long script for a video that I wanted to submit. And we actually finished it a couple days ago, and I submitted it yesterday morning to the festival. And so I'm going to find out by August, I think it's 8th or 9th, if it gets accepted. But yeah, super excited. I got and it's also content for the channel too. It's like a short 3-minute cinematic video that we put tons of hours into. Lots of cool shots, lots of drone shots, a lot of effort into storytelling and sound design and music, and this message that I'm trying to preach with like productivity. And like I can't wait to show it to you guys. I feel like it turned out really good, even though it's short. It's only 3 minutes long, but like I'm really hoping that I could win this I don't know if, would you call it a contest? Like they're picking 3 winners, I guess. So there are 3 entrants. So yeah, that was also on my plate. It's actually uploaded on my YouTube channel. But it's unlisted, so you can't really see it yet. And then once the film festival is over, either if I get accepted or I don't, I will post it on my channel in the future. So I'll let you guys know when that comes out. Good luck. Thanks, Forrest. Thanks. I'm super excited. Super, super excited. Let me know if you ever visit the city again. Oh, for sure, for sure. I I would love to visit Europe again with my dad, maybe one day, because my dad he speaks German as he grew up in Austria, right? He's like Austrian and Italian. So I don't know. Maybe in the future there'll be one day when we take a trip. So we'll see. A documentary style or fictional story concept. Um, I I guess maybe more of like a documentary style. You know I don't know if you guys have seen these videos, but there's a playlist on my channel, and it's titled "My Favorite Videos." So I don't know if you want to see that. So yeah, so I have five videos that I've put into this playlist, and they're all they're roughly like 6 minutes, and there's sort of like a bunch of B-roll shots of me doing stuff with a voiceover of me telling a story about a certain idea that I'm trying to portray. And the short film that I made is pretty similar to these videos that I have in my favorite video list. Maybe like the one for those lacking purpose in life or the importance of never growing up. It's along the lines of those style of videos. Because also for like a film festival, like I didn't want to do something brand new, right? I didn't want to do something like interview people or like that typical type of video that people think are required for like a film festival that has to be like super professional. Like when you sit across from a person and you interview them, like I wanted it to be something that is me, right? And so those are like the type of videos that I love to make. I love to make videos where it's like a whole bunch of B-roll from me going out and shooting with my camera and getting these like super interesting clips with different framing and different angles, and then telling a story on top of that with music and sound design. That for me is like one of the most fun things about like being a creative, making creative content, is storytelling through music and storytelling through B-roll, and just doing things, like the way that I like to do them. Whatever happens, you went for it, and not a lot of people would take that step. Plus, it's really good, so even if it doesn't get chosen, you made a small piece that you can be proud of. Yeah, exactly. So, it's tough to there's a lot of like self-doubt when you submit like your piece to like a festival, especially for me, because I don't have the validation of being a successful creator, right? So there's always like that self-doubt where like, am I any good as a content creator? Is my abilities with a camera, like am I even good at all? Do I suck? Maybe I'm just like a scrub, right? And there's always like this doubt in your mind where you feel like no one is gonna like your stuff because you don't have that validation yet in the industry. And so it was hard for me to kind of get over that. But also like when I look at my short bucket list of things that I want to do, like I've always wanted to just submit something ever since going to the festival in 2019 and just seeing everything and just watching all these premieres on the big screen. It was just like, man, I would love to just have one of my videos up there. It would just be super cool, it'd just be something that I'd be proud of, that I worked really hard on. And if it doesn't get chosen at the end of the day, that's still okay, because it's still related to my overall message of my YouTube channel and the content that I do post. So it's not like something that is coming out of left field where it's super fringe, it doesn't relate to what I'm doing, it's something that's completely different. Like it's none of those things. It is more along the lines of what I've done in the past. And it's sort of like an updated version of all the skills that I've used, all the techniques that I've gained, and my ability as an editor, and it's sort of put together in this one compact package. And it's just like showcasing my work through passion. And so, to be perfectly honest, I'm really hoping it does get selected, because that'd be like super, super cool. I'd be super excited to show people that. But at the end of the day, you have to have realistic expectations too, right? Because if it doesn't get selected, like, how are you going to feel about it? Like, is it going to bother you that you invested so much time into it? See, because that's a question that I always wondered. Like, say if it fails, like, are you going to be upset that you invested so much time, energy, and effort into a project to not get any reward from that time? Because everyone who likes to put in work towards something, they like to be rewarded to a certain extent, right? And so I was like thinking about that, like, man, like, would I get upset? Would that be my initial reaction or feeling to not getting accepted? And so that's like a real possibility that you have to prepare for. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go into this with no expectations, and just have fun with it. Do something that's fun, do something that I enjoy. And at the end of the day, if it doesn't get selected and it doesn't get shown on the big screen, I can still show you guys, which is just as cool, right? Because even right now, I wish I could just play it right here during the stream and show you guys. But I think the festival, they wanted videos that were premieres, so that they said they prefer videos that were premieres. So they'd rather have a video that hasn't been shown before, so that it's like it's new, right? So that's been like how long was that? A month? Over a month of work that I put into this film. So let me see. So the actual festival is August 26th to 28th. So I'll make the video public August 29th. So you guys are probably going to have to wait over a month. Sorry. But yeah, so that was pretty much the past 4, 5, 6 weeks in terms of content creation. I would love to know, especially from you guys in the stream, I would love to know what your opinions are of the content I make. I really need criticism from time to time. Like, I would love to know do you guys like the shorts? Like, are the YouTube shorts beneficial? Do you enjoy them? Are they a waste of time? Do you like them in the terms like they're at least like filler videos, or like every day there's something? Do you prefer the regular YouTube videos where I sort of just talk to the camera, like the 5 to 10 minute range? So if you guys have feedback for me, I would love to hear it. Yo, Brian, take it easy, bro. Have a good day, man. We'll talk. But yeah, even if you're watching the replay of this stream, I would love to get feedback, because it's hard for me as a creator, because the majority of the time I'm sort of playing this balancing act where I try to put 50% of my effort into doing or creating videos that I love, and the other 50% towards doing or creating videos that I think will perform well. Because like there's like this balance, right? Like, you want to grow a YouTube channel, like you want to grow a community, but that's not my main goal, right? I love to do this stuff. I want to make sure that it's always going to be fun, right? So I never completely sell out. I'll make some videos from time to time where it might be a little clickbaity, or it might be a little disingenuous, and that's okay. I don't do it all the time. I just do it every once in a while. But like 90% of the time, the videos that I post, like these are topics that come from my heart, that I think about on a regular basis, that are meaningful to me, that I practice and that I love, and I think that will be beneficial for you guys to try, or maybe for you guys to listen to, or maybe you can see what I've gone through and maybe take some tidbits of information from my past experiences and then maybe apply them to your life. And so that's like my general concept or idea. However, it's like, it's hard when you don't get feedback from people that really matter, because when you get YouTube comments from like random people you've never heard of before, I have no idea if their comments are genuine or if they're just being trolls, right? Like I have no idea. Like I remember there was one stream when Baptiste was here. Baptiste is the guy from France, and he talked about how TikTok, I think it was Baptiste. It was Baptiste or Forrest. I can't remember who was it, but you guys were saying how, was it you, Forrest? You guys were saying how TikTok is a swamp, and that type of entertaining or cringy content belongs in the swamp, and that I shouldn't bother investing too much of my time on the TikTok platform. And I never would have thought about that or considered that unless you guys told me, because I originally thought that like, TikTok is such a big platform, I should, put my energy and time into that platform to try to build a following. And then you guys gave me this idea of like this swamp analogy, and I was like, you know what? That actually makes a lot of sense, because TikTok is more of like a comedic entertainment type of ADHD, shortest attention span type of platform where you're going to TikTok to get entertained. And the problem with my content is like I talk about quitting instant gratification. I talk about the dangers of scrolling through social media. So I'm making videos about why you shouldn't scroll through TikTok. So of course, putting a video like that on the TikTok platform, it doesn't make any sense, right? So, but again, I never would have thought of that idea unless you guys told me, which I heard on the live stream, which I really stopped and I really thought about it. But you know what? That's true. Because like, what do I really love? Do I love YouTube? Do I love Instagram? Do I love Facebook? Do I love TikTok? No, it's just YouTube. I don't really care for those other platforms. They're just there. And so why should I invest time, energy, and effort into the audience and people that's on TikTok when I don't really care for them, right? The people here on YouTube, this community that we have, even though it's small, these are the people that I care about, and I value the opinions of you guys. So I've kind of drifted away from TikTok. Every once in a while, I'll just take a short and I'll throw it up there. And I kind of use the post and ghost strategy where I just post a short and then I just close the app. So we'll see. I like the shorts every now and then, but the talking head and cinematic videos got me interested in the first place. Okay, that's good. What I'm always intrigued. What was, if you can remember, Stefan, do you remember like the original video you saw me make that got you interested? Most people respond with like kiwis, gray shirts, or muscle ups. This is where like the majority of my audience comes from. It's like the most obscure references ever, like gray t-shirts, kiwi fruits, and muscle ups have like no relation to each other at all. Like it's like no relation. It's sort of like my channel is like all over the place. So it's always interesting when I find out what first video that you guys saw which brought you into the community. That always gives me a good chuckle. But yeah, so in terms of content moving forward, I'll kind of lay out my plan and let you guys give you guys an idea of what I'm thinking for the future. Yeah, it was the why. Yeah, see the why I wear a uniform video. So gray t-shirts. It's so funny. It's so funny, bro. You know, I get so much. I wouldn't say hate. What's the correct word here? Not criticism. Like, I get poked fun at from like I guess my family and friends the most from the gray t-shirt stuff. They think it's kind of hilarious. Especially my dad. My dad, he always chirping me. He's always needling me about the color of shirt that I'm wearing. It's funny. It's like a running joke now in our family that I'm this dude that always wears the same boring shirt. And I remember when I posted a video about wearing the same clothes every day on TikTok, I got all these like hate comments about people saying how like, oh, my clothes must stink. Because I guess like they took it as wear the same clothes every day as like wearing the exact same clothes every day, and they didn't understand that like I have 10 or 15 of the same shirt. Like I have like a stack of the same shirt, right? So TikTok took it in a way like, oh, his clothes smell. You do the laundry every day, like. And it was so funny. Oh, it made me laugh. I was like, oh, TikTok comments. You guys belong in the swamp. So I'll leave you in the swamp. But anyway. So let's talk a little bit about the future of the channel. So live streams, 100% gonna keep up with them as best I can bi-weekly. So I try to do at least 2 every month. I know there's like 4 extra weeks in the year, right? So hopefully we'll aim for the next stream will be August 6th, Saturday. So so the live streams will keep going every 2 weeks. The shorts are sort of like really easy filler videos that I can just record like 15-20 seconds and throw one up every day. And so like the idea with the shorts is to sort of instead of like having a video and then 7 days of like nothing being posted, I can just easily make a couple shorts and just post one every day or post one every other day. So that's going to be my intention with the shorts. Like the shorts, they're not the main focus of my channel. Like I know some channels go all out with the YouTube shorts, and like that's like their main thing. Like for me, it's sort of just going to be like supplementary content to just fill in the gaps in between videos. And also it's like I kind of enjoy it, like there's like a couple ideas that I have that don't really need much explanation. Like they're very simple and you can just bang it out in 15-20 seconds, right? Like perfect example is start your day off right? Every morning, like a simple, 20-30 second video about talking about what I do in the morning, to start my day off right, to, start the day with a positive mindset, to get on with my morning routine, to be productive, right? You can sum that up really quick in a really short video. So that's going to be the intent of the shorts. Mark Zuckerberg moment. Oh yeah, does that guy wear is Mark Zuckerberg like that? I don't know anything about that dude. All I know is like he's a Facebook dude, right? He's into the whole life uniform, non-flashy clothes. I have been asked once in class how I stay so fresh but never change. How I stay so fresh but never change. I like that. Yeah, comment sections are funny. What were we talking about? I lost my train of thought here. Oh yeah, the channel. So the talking head videos. I just want to talk to you guys about that quickly. So I've been sort of just hitting record on my camera and speaking to the camera more freely with the least amount of editing as possible. And I've been trying to make these videos under 10 minutes. I want them to kind of be more real and authentic. And the only planning I do for those videos is maybe beforehand. I'll think about a couple ideas that I've been reading in a book or that I've been pondering lately or writing in my journal. And I'll just come up with like an idea for a title and I'll give my honest perspective and opinion on it. And I kind of just go from there. And so you can expect those three forms of content in the future for sure. The unfiltered 5 to 10 minute regular YouTube videos, the shorts as filler, and the live stream every 2 weeks. And so the cinematic videos, like the ones that I put a lot of time, energy, and effort into, I will be doing them as well, but with no pre-planned scheduling. They'll kind of just come whenever. Maybe there'll be like an idea that I have that's worth like a more cinematic edited style of video. And then I'll do it. So those will sort of be every once in a while. And then after that, I still have the podcast and the newsletter. If you guys haven't checked out the podcast, if you go to the main YouTube page, there's like a little link has like the red YouTube button. It takes you to the podcast. Or you can just search for the Bearsy podcast. I have the audio version as well as audio on Spotify, Apple, and all that stuff. And what's interesting about the podcast, I've been able to throw up a whole bunch of YouTube shorts as well, like the highlight clips from the podcast, and I'll just kind of throw them up onto YouTube. So if you don't want to listen to like a full 1 hour podcast or 2 hour podcast, the Bearsy podcast YouTube channel has a bunch of YouTube shorts there as well. If you just want to get like the main highlights from the conversation. So yeah, that's been going pretty good too. Like as you can see, like I'm juggling like so many things. Maybe it's my gift as well as my curse that I'm a little bit too ambitious with trying to do everything, which is hard because it forces me to juggle my time between different things instead of focusing directly on just YouTube videos or focusing directly on just a podcast or just a stream. And so you could argue that my time is being watered down through all these different forms of content. However, I find all of them fun in their own way. Like I love doing the stream, talking to you guys. I love doing the podcast and having like one-on-one interviews. I love the YouTube shorts and making regular videos as well. Like the creative process as a whole with all these different avenues and styles, it sort of like keeps things fresh for me and I really enjoy it. So yeah, it's pretty exhausting now that I think of it. I have all that stuff going on. And then the final thing I have is the newsletter. So the newsletter I send out at least once per month, and I just talk about ideas that I feel like aren't worthy for a video. Like they'll be like super abstract. Like I had one newsletter talking about my YouTube analytics. I had one newsletter talking about like all this stuff right here, like my scheduling, my plan for the future, how I spend my time, what I want to do. And so if you guys want to check out the newsletter, I created a website. It's just my full name, derekbearsy.com. And you can see the archived newsletters. I have them all posted up there if you go to the newsletter tab. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 7 newsletters up since February 6th. So last one was July 2nd, so I'll probably have another one soon. But yeah, the newsletter is a way that if YouTube ever gets deleted or it goes away, or any of these like social media platforms go away, then my website and my newsletter is a way that I can stay connected with you guys and not be dependent on some type of platform, right? So you can always have that more personal connection to me if you want to, I don't know, ever follow with what I'm doing or what I'm going on. Or, you know, there could be life after YouTube. You never know. Like, I'm super bullish on Google and YouTube. I feel like they're going to be here for a long, long time. I feel like they're probably the only or one of the only players in the whole video media game, right? Like, when you think about, was it Rumble or Daily Motion or, I don't know, any of those other websites that allowed you to host video, like they all fail in comparison to Google and YouTube. YouTube is like huge, right? And even though I'm not naive enough to think that's going to be here forever, but I do feel like YouTube is going to be here for a long, long time. But in the case if one day they ever do go belly up and disappear, the newsletter is something that I have, like I said, which is that I own. You know, the website is owned by me. It's not censored by any third party or company or type of political agenda. Like, there's none of that. It's just a direct connection with me that I intend on keeping. And so it's also nice, you know, just to have like a place to write and not have any expectations. Like in the newsletter, like I have all kinds of way off ideas that I just sort of rant and ramble on. And sometimes it doesn't make sense. Like they don't make sense. But I think that's the point of it. As you know, not all things in life are going to make sense. So my newsletter is going to be chaotic. It's going to be sporadic. It's going to be all over the place. But if you guys would like to follow that, like I said, you can go to the website and sign up for it. And I promise I'll never spam you, and you can unsubscribe anytime. I think you're supposed to legally say that. So I think there's like laws against emailing people. Like I have to have like a business sending address. I had to set up all this stuff just to be able to send out a newsletter, which is wild. So yeah, that's a plan for the future. lots of stuff going on. Lots of things that I'm juggling. And probably the biggest killer to all of this is the day job that I still have and keep. But luckily, I am on parental leave right now. So I'm going to be on, not vacation, but I'm going to be off from work for about the next 5 weeks. And to help my wife with the kids, you know. So I'll be home. Man, why do I keep coughing? Get some water. Yeah, so I'll be off the next couple weeks. And hopefully I can get back on track or get back in the swing of things when it comes to all this content creation stuff. And then hopefully we get the short film accepted into a festival. Like I'd be super, super happy if that ever happens. So yeah, I think that's it. That's going to be the plan moving forward. One thing that you guys can count on from me is that I'm probably never going away. This is something like this whole videography, YouTube content creation stuff. This was like a passion of mine that took me 34 years to find. Like I created my YouTube channel in 2007. Like this one that you're watching right now. It was created in December 2007. And for the longest time, I've always wanted to make videos. But for years, like I had no idea of what to do. I didn't know what I could make videos about. I didn't have any hobbies or interests that I was passionate about that I thought people would want to watch or enjoy. And so from 2007 all the way until 2019. So that's 12 years of always wanting to make a YouTube channel, always wanting to make videos or make content, and never really figuring it out. Always starting and then failing and trying something new and stopping. And it plagued me for so many years that now that I finally found my voice in the niche that I like, the niche that I'm passionate about, which is self-improvement, doing things to better your life, building better habits, right? Being a more loving, understanding, and compassionate human being, being a better person overall in the world, right? And just sharing this experience is something that I just love. I love to do. It's just something that brings me so much passion and joy. And a big part of that is because I get to look back on where I was. Like, look at my videos from 2019. They're terrible. They're awful. There's like this social anxiety that you can see on camera. There's like this tightness. Like, I'm not relaxed. I'm not calm. I'm not enjoying myself. And you can see that, like, it was a struggle for so many years. And now that I finally found what I love to do, like, this is what I love. I love to do this. Like, on the weekends, I wake up early and I can't wait to just film a video or write a newsletter or find the next podcast guest or figure out a new lens or focal length or Adobe After Effects editing technique that I could try or implement. Like, these are all things that just, I love to do. And if I had the choice, to watch the basketball game or play video games with my friends or go out to a party or do YouTube, 99% of the time I'd rather do YouTube over all those other things because that's how much fun this is for me. So I'm probably going to be one of those creators that's going to be around for a long, long time. And the other thing too is that I'm always open to new concepts, ideas, and platforms in the future. And I know that a couple of you guys in this stream in the past have asked about creating a course. So, I would love to create an online course one day and maybe take all these ideas that I've learned and package them up into like a bundle and maybe explain it in a way or package it in a way where it's sort of like attending a college class where like you kind of going into a class with a teacher, but make it in a way that's like it's easy to digest or that it's entertaining or that it's interesting or something like that. I don't know. Like, I have no idea what I want to do when it comes to a course, but it's definitely on my bucket list of things that I want to accomplish. So that's one thing that I want to do. And then ultimately, hearing this is so relaxing. Oh, really? Do you mean the music? Or me rambling on? Sorry, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the course. So after the course, as you can see, I have all these crazy long-term goals and ideas that's all focused around content creation that I'm so excited. Like, I wish I could just do them all. You can see the smile on my face, or maybe you can hear the passion in my voice right now. It just excites me to just do any of these things. But long term, super, super long term, I secretly would love to become an author. I would love to publish and write my very own self-improvement book. And this is kind of tough because, the self-help world or the self-improvement world or whatever you want to classify it as gets a really bad rap in society as something that is cringy or something that is a scam. Because unfortunately, there's a lot of self-proclaimed self-help gurus that haven't done nothing in their life, but instead they kind of tell you how to do things or tell you how to live. But what have they accomplished? Well, like nothing. I don't know. And so I've been thinking about this a lot where, I want all the self-improvement ideas that I've been working on and bundled together. I want it to come from a place where 100% these are things that I've done, that I've worked on. And so in my mind, I have a general idea of what I want to talk about in a self-improvement book. Like I want to talk about benefits of fasting is like something that I'm big on, right? Fasting, even though it sounds weird, skipping meals, going through periods of food deprivation, it's like a tough subject to talk about. Fasting is one. Cold showers is another one that's huge that I've been doing for probably like well over 5 years now on a daily basis, taking cold showers. Again, something that people hate to do. No one likes to take a cold shower. It's so uncomfortable, right? No one likes to do that. Wearing a life uniform, right? Wearing this simple, plain t-shirts and not falling for the monetary trap of materialism. Like again, another thing that people don't really talk about. They're not very popular, right? These aren't popular ideas in the mainstream, but these are things that I have implemented in my life that 100% work and 100% have made me either happier, more productive, or saved me money in some way, where it wasn't spending a ridiculous amount of money for just a name brand t-shirt just because of the color of the stitching. And so starting with those 3 core ideas and then sort of extrapolating upon meditation, which I've kind of adopted more recently, gratitude journaling, which is something I still do, but struggle to keep up with on a daily basis. Setting down goals, right? Visualizing where you want to be. Like these are all other concepts in the self-improvement world that I feel like are very beneficial to people. And I want to make a book that sort of summarizes my experience with all these topics and sort of give you a first-hand perspective of what has worked for me, what hasn't, and what I learned from all this stuff. And I think it would be good. I honestly think it would be a book worth reading. Because if I didn't think it was worth reading, then I would never write it. Like if I don't think cold showers, intermittent fasting, wearing a life uniform, keeping a gratitude journal, if I don't believe in these ideas, I would never write a book about them, right? It just doesn't make any sense. So long term, I would absolutely love to be an author. And I would love to record my own audiobook of me reading my book too. And then that could also be like a potential way out of the day job. It could be another form of income. It could do well. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe people will buy it. Maybe someone won't. I don't know. But either way, I'm sure there's a way I could get a couple books printed, physical copies printed. That'd be super cool. I'd definitely send it to you guys. That'd be fun. Or maybe I could put on my website. I don't know. Like there's endless possibilities when it comes to entrepreneurship with the internet. And it's just, planning everything out and figuring out a way to get there. And we'll see. Like there's so many things that I want to do. There's I just don't know where to start for a lot of them. So, but yeah, one day the book will be coming. That'll be super cool. Ooh, here's an idea. Maybe a great idea to write a self-improvement book is not to write one with step-by-step advice, but rather a diary sort of book. Someone documenting their progress over the years. Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to take a screenshot. I took a screenshot of your comment, Stefan. That's interesting. Yeah, because a lot of the self-improvement stuff, for me, it didn't work in the beginning. Like I was someone who was like a chronic procrastinator that stayed up late all night eating chips, playing video games, and watching basketball and playing StarCraft. Like that's who I was throughout all of my 20s. And I accomplished nothing. And there was no achievements in my life that I was proud of. And I was just like a bum. Right. And then I tried all these like self-improvement ideas, but in the beginning, none of them worked. So many of them, like I would do it for maybe like a week, 2 weeks, maybe a month, and then they would all just fall off. And it wasn't until like a couple of things started to click and work for me, then I kind of learned from my mistakes and I built up that consistency. And so, yeah, maybe like a diary style book of my experience would be interesting, because the cold shower one is wild. Like that one's just like, I was trying all kinds of nutty stuff. Like I was at my parents' cottage in the winter and I would go jump in the frozen lake. Like I was into like the Wim Hof, Wim Hof, the Iceman, the guy that breathes super long underwater in like a frozen lake or whatever, or he swims in the frozen lake and then his like eyelids froze over. It was so cold. Like I was like all into all that type of stuff. So my progression with cold showers would definitely be an interesting story to talk about. So I don't know. I just I definitely need to think about it more, because at the same time I want it to be like valuable, right? I want it to be beneficial for someone. Because especially for me, some of like the self-improvement books that I read, some of them, they fall flat. They have a lot of good ideas, but it just doesn't hit home, like sometimes you read a book and it doesn't resonate with you. It doesn't like stick to your ribs. It doesn't like get imprinted. Why can't I say that word? It doesn't get imprinted in your mind. But then there's other books you read where it's like, and it's like, oh my gosh, these ideas are amazing. They're life-changing. Like, oh, that makes so much sense. Oh, I love this. I love that. Like, that's so interesting. And you have all these like fireworks going off in your subconscious, like thinking about all these cool concepts that are really resonating with you. And I get a lot of ideas like that from some of the really good books that I've read. And so again, it's like trying to figure out, how do I do that? Which might be tough because I've never written anything. I'd be like a first-time author, but then again, if you never try, then you'll never learn. So I definitely will have to kind of sit down one day and kind of maybe write out a skeleton of what I want to create. Maybe write up a rough guideline or brainstorm some ideas, figure out some concepts on how to start, and then maybe go from there. So I don't know. We'll see. Super interesting stuff. But anyways, I think that's it. I think that's pretty much everything in life. Right now we're off work for 5 weeks. Baby's healthy. For anyone that doesn't know, his name is Lincoln Yoshio Bearsy. So I wanted to call him like Link for short. Like my daughter, we call her Tifa. So her Tifa is like her nickname and Tiffany's her full name. And then Link will be like his nickname, and Lincoln is his full name. And then Yoshio, kind of like Yoshi from Super Mario was my grandfather's name, Yoshio. So that's his middle name, and then Bearsy is Bis Bearsy, my last name. And yeah, so he's super healthy, super happy. Got that baby smell. So he's good. And all the plans for the YouTube channel, and I think that's it. Okay, I think I'm gonna end the stream shortly. That was pretty good. I got back in the groove. Red, Stefan, Forrest, then you guys are still here. All right, or want to ask me any more last questions? Go ahead, or we'll catch you in the next stream. Let's plan it for August 6th. Yeah, August 6th sounds good in 2 weeks. I'll still be off from work. And then hopefully I'll find out by then if I get accepted to the festival or not. But we'll see. I guess we can talk about that at a later date. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the stream, please hit the like button below. It really helps the channel out. It lets YouTube know that the stream is good. And if you didn't like it, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what I could do better. I always love hearing feedback from you guys, as it helps me to not just become a better creator, but I'm always open-minded in terms of feedback and constructive criticism. It's something that I want, right? I want to hear from you guys what I could do better. I value your opinion, especially those like Forrest and Stefan and Red and Brian and everyone else that has been along in the journey. I value the opinion from you guys because you guys have been here from the beginning. And so I'll always be grateful for that. Yeah, man, you too, brother. Yeah, it was great chatting. Hopefully catch you in the next stream, Stefan, and we can get things rolling again. So, all right, guys, have it's a weekend. Have a great weekend. Have a productive, meaningful weekend, and have a great week in the next week. And we'll catch up in 2 weeks' time. All right, thanks, guys, for everyone that stopped by. Forrest, Red, Stefan, Brian. Guys, peace, peace, peace. See you next time.